Hello and welcome. So today we are going to create a simple restaurant about page using HTML, CSS and Bootstrap. Join me. And this is how our final design will look like. Let's set it up. So to set it up, there is a link in the description that will allow us to download the setup folder from GitHub. And once you've downloaded it, we'll open it in the development environment. In this case, we'll be using Visual Studio Code. So just do that, give it time to load. And once loaded, we'll just close down these files that are open and we'll open let's minimize that. Let's open the index.html file, minimize the application, that is the studio code. And in my case, it is reading it as Django template, so I'll change it back to HTML. If yours is in HTML, it's fine, just leave it that way. Next, we can add a live reload feature through our local development server as an extension. So just go to the extensions and you will just type live server, select the first option. Let me just correct that. Select the first option. And then if you haven't installed it, you can just install it. After the installation, just cancel that. And then go back to the project, the index.html file, minimize it. And then, yeah, we can go live now. Okay, before we go live, let me just set this back to HTML so that, and then go live. Yeah, and there we have it. Now, since everything is set up, we can just begin. Let's start by deleting the heading, and then let's mark the navigation section using comments or navigation, and then let's close it. That is end navigation. The navigation template that you're going to use, we'll get it from Bootstrap. Get bootstrap.com. Go to the documents, and then let's find the option for the navigation bar. Scroll down. We are looking for an off canvas template. Let's go down. Not that one. Yeah, there it is. So let's just copy it and then paste it on our project. If you save, it will reload, and there you have it. So let's check it. The toggle bar, it's functional. Yeah. So let's give the navbar the ability to expand when the screen is large. Let's delete that class, CSS class, and then give it a navbar expand large. And then let us change the name of the website by changing so we'll give it the name crisp. And then let's alter the margin, give it a margin end auto, and we'll make the font to be bolder. Okay, if you save, you'll see it. So for the name of the restaurant, we're going to use a different font. Let's go to the style.css. We had already imported the Google font, that is Lobster regular. Let's include it. That is the class Lobster regular. Then save it. There it is. You can see a difference. Let us also change the name at the off canvas. We'll change that to crisp at the header, and then give it the Lobster regular CSS class. That is for the font. And let's make sure there's a space at the top. That is a margin top 3. If you save, it will reload, and that is what. Let's make it bolder. So give it a font weight, bolder, and then save it. And there's a difference. So what I'm about to do next will not make sense at the moment, but later it will. We'll be moving the button, copy it, and then let's take it back or down in this case, just after the form. There it is. It will make sense later. Currently you won't be able to see it. From the intro, you notice that it was a dark theme, so we're going to give the off canvas a black background. So let's style it, and then give it a background color. This is one way of doing it. Color black, save it. Let's check. There it is. Also, we can style using the CSS file, but first let us let us mark the navigation section, navigation comment, so .navbar, and then let's give it a background of black. If you save it, so since Bootstrap already has a style for text color, we'll just use that instead. So text color, we'll make it white, text white. If you save it, you'll see it. And then let us head back to the CSS file, where we'll create space within the navigation bar using padding. So the metric will be pixel 16 and 18. That will be okay if I'm not wrong. So the border will be next. Let's remove it while giving it a radius. So border will be none. And then the border radius, let's make it rounded. So 25 pixels. You can see that. Let's create space around the navbar, margin 6 pixels. That would be okay. And the font, we can make it slightly smaller. So font size, then 0.92 em. Now, you will notice that the toggle button is not visible. So let's change that. Scroll down. We'll style it using an ID. So ID, we'll give it an ID of toggler. Then style it. So hash toggler. And then let's start with the background color. We'll give it a white background, blends well with a white background, blends well with black. And then let's move to the border, and let's start with the radius, fixed 50 pixel. And then let's remove the border, so we'll give it none. After which, let's create some spacing, so using padding. it won't be uniform, so 5 pixels and 15. That's beautiful. Before we can make the close button visible, let's adjust the position of the off canvas so let's find it, the div. So there it is. It is at the end. We'll make it be at the start, so just change that to start and then create some spacing. Padding start, let's give it 3. If you open it, you'll see it. And then now we can make the close button visible. So let's find it. There it is. Currently it is not visible. Let's style it. But no, let's give it an ID first. So an ID of button close. Okay. Hashtag button close. Let's start with the color and give it a color of white. It is not responding. Let's give it a background color of white. So background color of white. Okay, then with that we'll just have to delete the color, then close it. Let us make the title and the off canvas to be visible by giving the text color the white color. If you check, you'll see that is now visible. And then let's label the off canvas body just for the purpose of it being readable. So off canvas body, and then the closing label or comment tag of canvas body needs to be the end, so end. Okay, let's after this we'll now make changes at the navigation. Let's remove the search form, delete that, and then go to the unordered list. Let's remove the drop down. So let us now edit the links. Home, let's give it a small h, remove the aerial current, and then we'll not make it active at the moment, so we'll change that to menu, being that it is an about page for a restaurant. Let's copy that link and then paste it a number of times. 3 times will be good. So let's change that to 2 times, reservation, not 3 times. And then here about, yeah, so let's check. Okay, they're not visible, so we'll have to make the text white, and the Bootstrap class for that is text white. So text white, let's check, it's visible. Let's copy it and then paste it to the other links. So there, and reservations, let's check. Okay, they're visible. If you maximize, there they are. All right. Now I've just noticed that the about is not visible, so we'll add text white to make it visible, and then we'll create some spacing at the right margin. So we select the nav item, and then our margin right, we'll give it a dimension of 15 pixels, and then you'll notice some spacing. Now let us make the links to be slightly bolder, so nav item and then the nav link. It's the font weight, let's give it 500 font weight. It will take a value of 500. Then let's add a position relative that will be essential when we'll be creating the hovering effect for the navigation links. So as we hover, there will be a bar below the links. So let's create a pseudo after element. There it is. And the content will be an empty string. Position will give it absolute to remove the element from the HTML document, absolute. And now for the bottom, let's bring it up with 1 pixel, and then left, we'll just position it at 0 pixels. Left, sorry for that, 0 pixel. And for the background color, let's give it something bright, orange. Black and orange. Okay, then the width, the initial width will be 0%, and then the height, let's make it slightly thick, 2 pixels. That is not bad. And transition for the duration, 0.3 seconds will be good, and then it will ease in and out, in and out. Let's check it. Currently we want to be able to see the effect, so let's add that functionality. So dot nav item, and then now the hover effect for and then for the link after the pseudo element. So with the hover effect, we'll give it a width of 100%. So let's save it and check it out. When you hover, you'll see that effect, smooth. Let's close it and maximize the browser. Also the same effect. Nice. Okay, let's minimize it. Before we can add the icons for shopping, profile, and search, let's just add some comments. It is often a good practice to label the various sections and tags. So this is the toggle button. Let's close it with an end toggle button comment. So end toggle button. So yeah, let's add the search icon. Let's comment first search, and then we'll add it as a link, Nanka, and then we'll use the emmet abbreviation for search. So these are classes from Bootstrap. You can see it there. Then let's make it color white, so text will be white, And then let's adjust the size and the spacing. So font size will give it 3, and then the spacing at the end 3, and there it is. So let's copy this and include the icon for the profile. So profile, in this case we'll just change that one to person. When you save person fill, you'll see the effect. Let's paste again, and the one for shopping. So shopping, it will just be a bug. So a bug, and save it. There it is. Then we'll need to add a button for ordering. So let's add the comment order button. Close. Let's add the link hash. Let's add the name first. There it is. Now let's style it. So order button. Let's go to the CSS file. Scroll. This is a good place. So dot order button. So the background color will give it white. Goes well with black. And then the text color will be black. As you're saving, you're seeing the changes. Color black. That's the benefit of the live server. And then border, we'll remove it. Okay, let's push it to the right. Then let's give it a border radius, rounded, similar to the toggle button, 50 pixels. And then spacing within, it won't be uniform, so that is 7 pixels and 20 pixels. Okay. Let's remove the decoration, that is the underline from the text. So it will be 9. For the font, let's make it bold, and then the spacing at the end, at the start first, I'll give it 3, and then at the end, I'll give it 2. Yeah, that is better. You can now see it. Now, it won't be bad if we can create a hover effect. So let's style that. Order button hover, and then we'll give it a background color of orange, colorful. And then, okay, there it is. For then transition, let's give it all, and transition and give it all. Let's make it 0.55 seconds. You can see the change is much slower. All right. So let us give the toggler the same effect with the toggler hover over the background color will be orange, so the background color will be orange, and then the transition all, then 0.5 seconds. Let's check that. You can see the similar effect. And that's the end of the styling for the navigation. So let's close it with a comment. Without further ado, let's go to the main section. So the main, let's give it the tag, the main tag, and then let's the about section. Let's label it first. Let's comment about section. Let's use the section tag with a custom class of about section. This is a meta abbreviation. After typing it, okay, just press enter. Give it a div with a bootstrap class of container fluid, and then let's create a row, div row. Let us add a comment for the banner image. Okay, the image will go in a row, in a column, div dot column that breaks at midpoint, so call md6. And then for the description, let's comment first, brief description. It will also take a similar column, so div dot call dot md, so the breaking point is midpoint 6 equal. Let's add the content for the banner image using an image tag. The source, we already have the image, so let's just add the link. It is mail for, there it is. So before we can style the image, let's style the about section. We'll give it a space at the top, so margin top will be at 7 pixels. You can see the change. The background color will give it black for the dark theme, and then the color, let's give it white smoke. Let's give it white smoke. The border radius will only influence the top right, so the top left will be 0, top right 25, and then the remaining will be 0. Let's change that and save it. In order to see it, we'll have to maximize it, and you can see it. And then let's define the font size in advance. So the font size will be 0.92 em. Before styling, it will be better to create a div for the image. So let's give it a custom class of banner image container, and then let's copy the image tag and paste it within the container. There it is. Correct that. Yeah. Then let's create a class, and there is the banner image. This is a custom class. Let's correct that. This is a custom class. So let's okay. So dot about section, and then the banner image container. So we'll give it a position, relative position, relative, and then the flex display will be flex, and then we'll center it. We'll center it. Let's save that and go to the image. So about section, then the banner image. So the position will be relative, and let's determine the star code as the index. Let's give it to the width, we'll give it 100%. However, we'll limit the maximum width. So the maximum width 445 pixel. The border radius, let's give it 25. And when you save it, you can see it. So you can see that right corner. Okay, if you maximize, now you'll notice the difference between the color of the container and that of the image. The different shades of black, so we need to correct that. Let's match the shade RGBA. You'll have 0 for green. We'll also set it to 0. Blue also. Let's play with the alpha value. It will be 0.937, and there it is. Then let's add information on the description div, and then we'll have a header. The span element we'll use for designing the name of the website, and then a paragraph for a brief description. We'll use dummy text. The best option is lorem ipsum. So let's find the generator. Let's scroll down. That is good. Let us maximize it. Okay. No, it's there. Let's change it to words. That's too much. Let's reduce it. Okay, copy. And then let's go back and paste it. Reduce it, and then let's save. There it is. Okay. So let us add the read more button, and the styling will come later. So let's comment it, read more button. We'll use an anchor tag with the text read more. Let's see it. Let's save it. Read more. Let's save it and then check it. There it is. So let us style using the Bootstrap classes. We'll center the items, so deflex, and then align items center. Let's check it. And there's no change. There must be an issue. Okay, the spelling, not flex. Let's save and check it. So it is positioned at the center. Let's minimize. So we'll add a Bootstrap class to create space on the padding on the start. Give it 3, and then custom detail, that is for styling. Dot detail dot about section dot details. So we'll limit the space covered with a maximum width of 500 pixels. Let's go back. So let us move to the title, and then we'll create space at the top, margin top. Let's give it 5, and then at the bottom, you can give it 4. Save it. It's good. It will be best if we can center the heading. So text center. Save it, and then see it. We can now style the name of the website. On the span, we can add a class. Let's make it bolder, and then we'll change the font style to lobster regular, the Google font. When you save it, you'll see the change. Okay, let's start the paragraph. Give it class. A class. Let's give space at the bottom. So let us style the button, the read more button. We'll give the link a class attribute, and then class of more btn. Save it. Let's go to the CSS file. Let us be more specific. So dot about section, and then more button. Well, we'll just start with the background color of orange. Blends well with black. The spacing won't be uniform, so the 12, then 36. Save it. You can see, let's remove the border. And then the radius, make it curved, 15. So the text decoration, to remove the underline, we'll just give it none. And then let's give it a color. In this case, we'll give it black. Okay, won't be bad if we make it bolder. So bold. For the hovering effect in future, let's add that. All right. As usual, we're going to add the hover effect on the more button, more btn hover, targeting the background and the color. So the background will just be a shade of orange, and then the color will make it white. So let's check it. Let's maximize it. Let's maximize it. Then now you can see the effect. Let's minimize it. And that marks the end of that section. The next thing that we'll be doing is to add the contact information section and styling it. So see you later. The contact section. Let us define the boundaries, the contact section, and we'll close it. And contact section. Let's create a section tag with a custom class of contact section. Then just press enter, and then a container element, and then for the grid we'll use rows and columns. So row, and then we'll add a column that breaks at midpoint. So the first column will contain information about the opening hours, heading opening hours. And then we'll need to be more specific. So with the paragraph, we'll specify the hours every day. And then we move to the next line, the time. So let's check it. we'll have to center the text and then create center and then create space at the top with a padding top of 5. Let's create space. Let's also create a space there. You save it, you'll see. And then above the paragraph, sorry, yeah, that's good. Check it. Before we can proceed further, let's specify the style of the contact section. Let's mark the end of the about section that is in the CSS styling sheet section. And then mark the beginning of the styling for the contact section. Let's just close it in advance. We might forget. Contact section. Now dot contact section. We'll start with the background. A dark shade of gray will be okay. Save it. There it is. Now we want the text to be visible, so color white. And then the border radius. We'll only define the radius of the radius at the bottom. So there. And then the font. Let's make the text smaller, but you can play with it. See the one that is most suitable for you. Let's check that out. So next we'll add the column. Let's minimize this first. Then we'll add the column for the address and email address and email. Contacts it's much better. So div, we'll use the meta abbreviation dot. That is a column that breaks at midpoint, then spacing at the top, the paragraph. This time, let me show you where you can find the icons. So just go to the Get Bootstrap website, find the icons, and then on the search bar, you can search for the icon that you want. In this case, location. Let's take that one. Okay. Then you just copy the HTML tag with the classes and then paste it there. All right, let's go back to our index.html. And then if you save it, you'll see it. There it is. Let us add pseudo location information. You can play around with this. You can add the one that will be more appropriate for you. And then let's change the font size to make it bigger. A space on the right. This will function as a template for other parts. So the paragraph here will add telephone. Let's add the phone number. And if you save it, you'll see it. Let's proceed to the next. Okay. And then the email address. Let's add it. Yeah, there. Good. So if you have a test for adding additional information, you can take advantage of this space. So description, and let's create a div that breaks at midpoint with spacing at the top. We can add the header. Let's style it. So class the lobster regular, and then let's create some spacing at the bottom. A paragraph. Let's find dummy text. Okay. Let's copy that. And let's go back to our small project, paste it. Let's reduce the number of the words. There it is. If you save it, you will see it. And then let us minimize it. Let me confirm something first. Okay, let's minimize that. And then we're going to add the social media links. And then we'll create a container for that purpose. So a div container. We'll make sure container, and then we'll make sure that the content will be centered. Enter. We'll take advantage of the Bootstrap button group templates. So just go to the documents and find the button group. We'll use this one. Copy it, paste, and then we'll just paste it. Let's reduce the number of the buttons. So remove the two, the middle and the right. And then we'll edit the button. We'll convert it to be an anchor tag. So and then href, remove that href. And then save it. Let's confirm it. Okay, there's a problem. Let's correct that. The closing tag should be an anchor. And there you have it, corrected. Let's remove the button primary class. It will change the color. And then let's find a relevant icon for that purpose. Let's search for, start with Facebook. Let's open it, copy the I tag, and then paste it. Let's go back and after saving it, we'll have to make some adjustments. So we'll change the color and then the size and confirm. It is a better practice to label, so let's label it as Facebook, and then we'll copy it and then use it for generating other icons. This will be Twitter. Let's change the Bootstrap class by Twitter X. Save it, and you can see it. Let's go to the third one. Instagram. Move that. Instagram. And let's change that Bootstrap class to Instagram. There it is. I think those are enough. And let us make sure that the alignment is correct before I can include the closing comment for the contact section. So, and not contact, sorry for that, social media. Footer is an essential component of our website. We'll add that footer, give it a class for spacing in the y-axis. Let's give a space below the contact section, so we'll add a padding below of 4. Yeah, we'll make it as simple as possible. We'll use a container fluid div. That is when I will add the information for the footer, and then we'll make the text small using the tag. Let's find the icon for the copyright symbol, that is the C circle. Let's search for it. C circle, there it is. Let's go with the first option. Copy the tag and can save it, can paste it, not save it. Okay, and then add the information of the the creator. All rights reserved. Yeah, let's check it. There it is, and with that we have a simple about page. Scroll. It's good. Let's minimize it. Play around with the toggle. See the hover effect. Close it. Yeah. All right. That's it. Thank you.